Welcome back to the Getting to Know Denver podcast. We are very excited to be here today because we're going to talk about a really cool topic. You will never guess which type of flooring is taking over the Denver market right now. And to tell us a little bit more about that, we've got our special guest, Keith Zarian, here with us today with In-Home Flooring. Thanks for joining us, Keith.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, Keith's a good friend of ours and has done some awesome work for our clients. So we're very excited to have you here to shed some light on this because we see the trends, coming with homeowners and what they're telling us, and then you get kind of an even more closer view with them coming into your studio, going to their houses, helping them make selections, stuff like that. And so a lot of people, I think, are going to be surprised of what's taken over now because we had this mantra for years, right? Hardwood's just dominated the real estate world, and it was all hardwood floors. We'd listed in the listing remarks. It was a big deal. And whether you're remodeling, preparing to sell, looking to buy a house, having the right flooring type can cost you thousands of dollars or make you thousands of dollars. And so
listen for 22 minutes, and then we'll tell you.
Yes. Yes. No, we're not going to make you wait that long. End. We'll make you wait about 5. So stick with us. But why is flooring so important? Like, why does it matter to buyers?
Well, we always talk about boom, you see it right out of the gate, so it's an easy thing to first judgment. We talk and others about the impact it can have from a positive ROI as a seller. Flexibility. We're going to talk later about where you are in life, how much spilling kids do, et cetera, can matter. But mostly it's the impact it has when people first walk in your home and the role it can play in creating positive ROI.
Yeah. Think about the customer experience now. When they start to buy a house, they go to a website like Zillow, Homes.com, one of those, right? And they start looking. And the one thing I think that makes photographs in pictures, like for real estate, look better than anything else is great flooring. Because if you have...
Great flooring or gray flooring?
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, really nice flooring.
We can talk
the right
about
type of
I was going to say, well, hold on.
Yeah.
Let's pronounce that T at the end there.
We'll talk about those styles. But I think just the photography is a big reason why flooring matters right now, because that's where everyone starts. They're not even reading the listing description as much as they are looking at pictures, looking at the walkthrough tour, that sort of thing. And one of the first things they notice is, I hate the floors or I love the floors. Yeah, and that can totally make or break you as a seller. So that becomes a big deal. So we talked about hardwood was the king for a while and not anymore. We've got a new king in town. And so it's been interesting to see this. And so we've got this new type of flooring that's just performed exceptionally well. Do you want to tell us a little bit about this Keith?
Sure.
Reveal the secret, the big reveal.
The big reveal.
Yeah.
It's luxury vinyl plank.
LVP. It even sounds good.
Doesn't it
sound
sound
sexy?
LVP sounds a lot like MVP, right?
It really does.
I know, with a word like luxury,
luxury
can't go wrong.
Vinyl plank.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
It's great marketing.
It is. It's
just a total upgrade for
a little
vinyl.
bit of
really
marketing involved there.
Huge upgrade.
It's kind of fun too, just looking at how LVP has progressed. From its introduction to kind of what you can get now.
Yeah.
You can guess. You can get some fairly inexpensive stuff that has a wood grain image, and the wood grain texture may not be the same.
Yeah.
And now they've indexed it so that the texture and the image match. And then you're getting into the nicer LVP stuff. We got a couple of different cores that you can have. You can have kind of a stone core, and they're going to be the thinner planks as far as depth goes, and it's a little more rigid. So you have to be a little more careful about making sure your subfloor is in good shape. If you go with the wood core, so it's a wood epoxy kind of a core thing, wood poly core, it might have a little more give and a little more sound deadening to it. And of course, one of the things that are so great about LVP are it's waterproof.
Yeah.
And if you get a decent wear layer on there, like if you get a 20 mil wear layer, that's technically commercial.
Wow.
So that's rated for 200 people a day on your floor.
That's crazy.
Which, do we need that?
At my house, you
maybe
do.
not.
Well,
You
we're
probably
talking about
Yeah, like 7 people in our house.
do.
So
At your
my
house.
5-year-old probably goes 200 times up and down the stairs.
So there you go.
we might need
And
it.
if you have pets, you have a little bit extra maybe just
That's
in
true.
case. And honestly, having that extra wear layer is great.
Yeah.
Like at my house too, because I've moved appliances. I'm one of those DIY guys.
Yep.
So I've moved appliances and scratched it a little bit. So I'm super happy to have that kind of a wear layer.
Oh, totally. Well, and let's talk about how much this has changed, because I had my real estate license in 2007, right? So I've been 19 years in the business, and when I first started in the business, like a laminate or vinyl floor was looked down on a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Like everyone was like, ugh, and we called it Pergo, like the old laminates that were just awful looking, like this ugly kind of blonde throw up looking color that was on the floors that just looked terrible and cheap too. It looked like plastic kind of. So they've come a long way. And then even 5 years ago, no flooring guy would ever tell you that a floor was waterproof. They would say water resistant.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't say waterproof.
They won't.
And now they'll say waterproof because the layering and the extra coating that they're putting on it literally makes it waterproof.
It does, and the way that they link together, there's actually a trough. Should any get through,
Okay.
it still gets caught in the trough, but it doesn't get through.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So my 5-year-old at the fridge, when he's filling up his cup with ice, and then he removes it too soon, and 5 more ice cubes fall down. Dude. And if I'm just watching him, thinking, "Oh, he's going to pick them up, isn't he?" No, he's not. He's just going to run and go play, and then that ice just sits there for a while. I'd be freaking out if that was hardwood, right? That's going to warp my floors
Right.
in one instance.
Yep.
Where in this case, it's waterproof. It's cool. Pets, same thing, right? They're water bowl. My dog gets all sloppy when he drinks water, like, like going crazy. And then his water bowl, shakes up and you get water all over the floor too.
Yeah.
We'll
So
never think about it the same way. So that's great. That's all the benefits of why it's awesome. But there's more. It's less expensive than hardwood, right?
It is considerably less expensive.
How much are we talking? Like just standard, typical hardwood versus LVP.
So, from the perspective that I come from, where I'm going to tell you installed price, so I'm going
Yeah.
to give you kind of a turnkey price.
that's what we want.
Yeah,
That's what
that's
we want.
perfect.
You're around, starting around $7 per square foot, and granted, I'm not going to sell you something that's super gross and cheap and has very few repeats and patterns and that kind of thing. I'm going to sell you something that is going to look good.
Yeah.
And
this is for LVP.
this is LVP.
Yeah.
and that
So
would
that's
be
a final install price.
that's all done. Yeah, and you can go up from there. You get into the nicer designs, and they've got fewer repeats. Or if you're going with some really interesting wide planks that maybe even have a little more texture to them,
Yeah.
which is a thing that's happening. You can go up from there. You can get 10, 12, $15 a square foot.
Yeah.
So
But
what's the comparable for hardwood? Is that where you're going to go next?
Yeah, I mean, if we're looking at full install, $7 per square foot hardwood, that's crazy to me that they're beating
that's-
hardwood.
well, that's for
LVP.
LVP.
All right,
yeah.
excuse me. That's for
Yeah.
LVP.
So
Yeah,
what's-
that's what I meant.
So
That's
what's
then
the
hardwood
range
what?
for hardwood?
You're closer to 15 and up. For
start.
hardwood. Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah, and if you think about it too, like when you're installing hardwood, you can do pre-finished. In the case of people who are adding more hardwood, maybe doing a phased approach.
Yeah.
Then you have to figure out what hardwood they have, right? Is it red oak? Is it white oak? And then how are you going to stain it as closely to match as possible? It's almost impossible.
What about tavern
Kind of
grade?
an art form.
Tavern grade?
Have you heard that phrase before?
No.
Like tavern grade. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting the phraseology wrong, but like it's like just like the all beat up.
Somebody knows
Like-
what you're talking about out there.
Yeah, like old beat up, like not used pieces that people will like make their wood flooring out of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
Kinda
it's like-
reclaim kind of thing.
Yeah, almost
that's-
as
style. Yeah.
they do it, and
That's-
it
but
looks.
that's-
It can look.
Grade. That makes
That's-
sense, actually.
The stuff I'm thinking about
Now
is
that I think
from
of it.
weird old barns, and then they refinish it, and
That's other stuff too.
Probably
$45 a
what I
square
was
foot.
thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty close.
Yep.
Anyway,
Good taste there, Spence.
yeah, there you go. Tavern grade.
Tavern
Yeah.
grade in your barn dominium.
Yeah, it's perfect.
That's the way.
Yeah. So LVP is the one.
So-
hardwood. So, and I guess hardwood. Like when I grew up with hardwood, yeah, you've got the warping issue. Even though they water pop it or whatever they want to do with it. However, the draw for me with hardwoods, if I were to do it, is the fact that you can restain it. You can sand it down. It's got a little bit more longevity as far as like moving with trend.
Or
Right.
changing it, altering
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Yeah, right. So,
That is cool.
because with LVP, it's like once it's in, that's what you got.
That's what you got.
So, but I mean, you can just redo it again for what it would cost to put in the hardwoods anyway, right?
It's true.
So-
You can change your mind,
Yeah.
right? And it's a less expensive kind of deal. But if you compare changing your mind on hardwood versus LVP,
Yeah.
you could refinish your hardwood
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
And probably then be at a similar price range to putting floating LVP over the top of your hardwood or whatever.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, it's a good point. And we live in a Colorado lifestyle, right? There's a lot of moisture that we get, rain, snow, that sort of thing. People tracking stuff in. Like that's why the LVP becomes so important, I think, for a lot of people. And if it's cheaper than hardwood, then all day long people are going for it. So we'll give you the top 5, right? Top 5 types of flooring confirmed by a flooring professional here. So number 1. LVP. We already revealed it, and we're going to go backwards here and start from 1 down. So we already talked about the reasons why. Number 2, you said you're seeing a lot of laminates go in right now, and they've gotten better.
Laminates,
Huh?
They've improved, and one of the challenges we talked a little bit about with laminates is concerns about being waterproof, and now they're water resistant and waterproof ish.
Yeah.
They're much improved. The connection points are tighter and all that kind of thing. The wear layer is better.
But they look great in a lot of cases, right?
They look great. Yeah, they look really good. It's
What
the
what
imaging
fools
is
people the
better.
most? Like what looks more like hardwood, LVP or laminates? Do you think?
The laminates are closer, I think.
Really?
A bit,
good
yeah.
question.
Yeah, it's hard to.
Yeah.
With the laminates, you get a better opportunity to make a wood look, to
Okay.
present a wood appearance, than you do with LVP vinyl, which it's plastic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get a sheen that is close enough. And yeah, it's still not engineered hardwood or hardwood, but you can get a little bit of a better look. And with the laminates, really another advantage is the base, the core.
Yeah.
It's just a stronger core. So again, talking about subfloors, if it's a little bit uneven,
Yeah.
the laminate is going to do a better job if you didn't do a bunch of subfloor prep.
Okay.
Filling in the gaps and the valleys and whatever. It's going to survive better.
Interesting.
So older homes in particular.
We were
can be
talking
pretty wavy.
earlier, Brock brought it up, but like luxury vinyl plank is this thick, hardwood is this thick, and engineered hardwood or laminates are somewhere in the middle, so that if you have existing door frames or things without having to redo everything, I think we see that more often when people put in LVP and you see gaps everywhere.
Yeah.
You do. And
Something to be noted to think about.
it is for sure. And I mean, the common sort of solution for that, either pulling carpet out and putting LVP in, or hardwood coming out and LVP going in, or whatever. Most people, they don't want to pull their baseboards and put them back on, so they'll just do quarter round around the base of the baseboards.
Right.
And it's
Tacky? Oh,
you said it.
it doesn't look great.
It's not.
It always looks better
ideal.
when
it doesn't
you get a
look
quarter,
like that's how this was all along.
Yeah. I'm
So
not a
If you
huge
do it the
fan.
right way, just redo the trim.
you just
Yeah.
pull the baseboards and redo it, but
Well,
then you got to paint.
We
Yeah.
talked
about
about that a lot.
Scope creep.
The value of new baseboards is very high,
Yeah.
so it's probably worth.
That's another reason I haven't pulled the trigger yet.
Another thing to
Good
consider
time to
there
do it though when you do a
too
flooring project.
is
Yeah.
door gaps. Because you've changed that, now the door's going to sit. This.
That's really what I'm
that's true.
visualizing the most.
So then
is
you've got
door
maybe
caps.
transitions that you want to do in there just to help
Yeah.
with the gap.
Well, and a lot of people like in Highlands Ranch or on the south, like in a lot of the suburbs that were built in the 90s, they have a lot of just oak hardwoods, right? Like that's what was built back then by the builders. And so replacing something with that thickness, you may be better off with a laminate to keep the cost down and keep more waterproof, but also keep the thickness there. So, okay.
Yeah.
That's
A
good
thing
to know.
to remember. Here's a caveat on the waterproof thing, and I was going to talk about it with LVP. It's true with everything. Around the baseboards still isn't waterproof. So if something leaks out and it gets to the baseboards, it's going around and it'll get under it.
Got it. Okay.
Just
Water resistant. Yeah.
Water resistant. Like, it gets waterproof until it gets to the side.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then our next biggest hardwood that people are liking is the engineered hardwoods, and we talked a little bit about those. It's a blend, right? That are engineered basically in a lab, put together the way that people want it to look. They say, I want a hickory look, and then
So what's the
blend
difference
those
between
together.
engineered hardwood and laminates?
Actually, with the engineered hardwoods, a lot of time you'll have actual wood on
Okay.
the top. So it'll be a thin veneer of actual wood. So you're getting actual wood. And then the base is different as well. So you've got, probably medium density fiberboard as the base for laminates. And then you get into, the engineered hardwoods. It's more like a chipboard or an OSB or a plywood kind of a baseboard. So it's a stronger board that's underneath, the engineered hardwoods. You're paying for it too, though.
Yeah, less
The look
bouncy,
is
probably.
great.
Would you say?
Yeah.
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 Just performs just a little bit better as
Yeah.
far as that goes.
And then, that's a thing. That's kind of the ultimate strength-wise when it comes to
Yeah.
my subfloors are not in the best shape.
Sure.
That's as good as it gets without actually going real hardwood.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Cool.
And some of them have a thick enough layer that you can sand and refinish one time.
Okay, interesting.
I've heard that before.
I've wondered about that.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So some you can, some you can't for
Yeah,
engineering.
if it's a thinner, wear layer or a thinner top layer, top sheet,
Yep.
it's
Probably not.
probably not.
You're gonna script the look.
And you can tell it's in the specs.
Okay.
And just ask your local hardwood guy,
Yeah.
your local flooring guy,
Call Keith.
and
Yeah.
he'll help you figure it out.
Yep, definitely.
He or she.
No, that's interesting. How about like with real hardwoods, you gotta sometimes you have to have a humidifier in your house so that they can like settle in after they're installed and stuff. So if it's too dry in Colorado's climate, it can be a bad thing. Are engineers the same way?
Not as much.
Okay.
No, you still want to allow them to acclimate to the house. So when we're going to do an install, we're going to ask to have it there for at least a week inside.
You
not
bring
in
a
the garage.
portable humidifier, basically.
No, actually, we're going to.
He's talking about the
The
raw
hardwood,
boards.
the boards.
Oh, yeah, you just let them
Okay.
sit in their
as
climate
well
for
as
a little bit.
engineered. Though
Got
we want it to acclimate to your
To
home's
the habitat.
humidity
Yeah.
and temperature before it goes in.
Okay.
That way, that it just removes all the problems, expansion, contraction,
Yeah, yeah.
anything.
Okay.
That's gonna.
Interesting.
Yeah, and if if you want it to be dry when it gets here in Colorado and to have lived here for a minute so that it's dry and you're not getting cracking as a result of, not acclimating it properly. And some houses though, they do. You've got humidifiers, especially here in Colorado where, we're like, oh, it's going to be 8% humidity today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
Yeah.
why people got those back in the day. It was because of
Yeah.
the hardwoods, like in a lot of cases, because a lot of people just shut them down now and they don't even use them because they're too difficult to maintain.
Yeah.
Or they don't want to change the filters out every 90 days or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, it seemed like that was the main draft for those.
Yeah, but the engineers being coated are going to be a little less fussy. We still just want to make sure they're right before we
Gotcha.
start putting them in.
Okay, cool. So traditional hardwood comes in number 4 on our list, and that's still, I mean, kind of the gold standard sometimes in luxury neighborhoods. Like, there's Carlisle floors, like the really nice, you can spend a lot of money on floors. Like you can go nuts, right? I mean, even in some of these massive 7,000 square foot homes, there's probably 150 grand in flooring in some cases, right? With people just getting the top of the line or very unique stuff. And so the hardwoods have a draw. I think it's mostly the look and just the overall performance and like sturdy feel is what people love about them.
And it is more timeless than any of the other things we've talked about so far. It's just known, and it has the attraction. It's people are like, oh, real hardwood floors.
Yeah.
It's a
Whether
little
or not
sad
they're-
we're at number 5 or number 4
yeah,
to get to the.
for it to be.
Totally.
Yeah.
But we're in an affordability market too, right? So like the average commoner doesn't have the money to spend twice the price on, we're talking $7 a square foot to $15 a square foot plus. You know, a lot of people are just like, I got to work on a budget here and get something that's low maintenance that's not going to cost me more and create more problems down the road.
Yeah.
So it's a cool look, but now I got to watch my 5-year-old with the ice machine, which is tough.
Hello, LVP.
Yeah. Well, yes, the LVP is going to be the answer for me. And for, I think a lot of families choose that route just because of how destructive kids can be, to be honest. So then we get to number 5, which is elongated tile, which you guys do tile and that sort of thing as well, right?
We do.
Okay. So that's awesome. In home flooring, you guys do everything. You do restaining, you refinish, all that stuff. So that's a one-stop shop, which is great. With the tiles, what's the big draw for those? Why do people love tiles like on their main floor, for example, instead of a laminate LVP? Like, why would someone go with tile?
There are some cool things you can do with tile looks-wise, and we can talk about trends if you want to now, or if you want to wait, we can do that.
Yeah. Let's do it now. Let's
Okay.
talk about it.
So one of the things that's happening right now with trends is you're seeing more patterns come in. Herringbone is a thing.
Yeah.
And some LVP manufacturers are coming with shorter planks now, so you can herringbone your LVP. But tiles, they
Interesting.
lend themselves naturally to a
Yeah.
herringbone if you want something like that.
So not just on backsplashes and showers, herringbone's happening on floors now.
It's happening on floors.
Okay.
You're going to see that the textures and tone on tone stuff.
Yeah.
You're going to see that come into play more.
Uh-huh.
Even, dare I say, the old, what was it, the parquet stuff? That seems to be also coming back in. And you could do a thing like that, with tiles as well. And the imaging that you get on tiles, a lot of people, if you want a wood look tile, there's some fun things you can do with the looks. Plus, I think it's a little easier if you want a heated floor to do that under tile.
Okay. I feel like people that are doing herringbone on their floor they're the type of people that like don't just name their kid like Will or Bob. Like it's like
we're getting bougie now.
Yeah. It's they get tired of the normal. We want to spice things up a little bit. So I appreciate that.
The Ruperts of the world.
Yeah, exactly. So that's your top 5, and then I guess you have an outlier that would be some people still. Carpet's kind of fading. I would say overall, we have a lot of international buyers that are coming in that hate carpet because they don't have it in their country
For good reason, though.
And well, they say it's gross. It holds bacteria and all kinds of stuff. It's hard to keep clean, messes. All of that's true. I guess in America though, it's like a normal thing. We feel the comfort of like the floors being soft, and it's kind of nice to have in certain areas of your home, not bathrooms, but like I used to love it in our like family room where I could just, the kids could play and it was like a comfortable area. And then we wiped it out and did all like engineered hardwoods in our old house. And that we grew to love, it kind of was a good change.
There's something to be said about a nice throw rug on top of.
You can always do that. Yeah.
That's super common. And a lot of the carpet that we sell, you can turn into a rug.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, nice.
So you guys do rugs too? Okay.
Yeah. So you can just have the sides either, surged or whatever.
Yeah.
And you can have custom sized rugs
Interesting.
based on something you chose, not something you saw where you're flipping around at a big box store.
Yeah.
You
That's
can
nice.
come into our showroom and look and choose something really nice, and then
That's pretty cool.
You also don't have install costs. They'll put a base on the bottom of it, serge the edges because that's the nicer look than just putting a wrap around it.
That's cool.
And then you can have a really cool carpet that is custom. It's yours, made for your room, size for your room,
But it's not attached to the subfloor.
not attached to the subfloor.
What don't these guys do it in home flooring, man? They do it all.
We do the
Keith
thing.
does it
What?
all.
We do it all.
A bargain.
There's a thing though. I want to give you a caveat, like carpets going out, la la la.
Yeah.
We're seeing more of it, curiously, in the bedrooms. And when they do it, they're doing wall to wall. The other place, media rooms.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
With online presence so much, the sound dampening effects of carpet is super important.
So they do it on the floor and up the walls too?
No.
Or just on the floor?
Just wall to
Okay.
wall.
Because I've seen like the
On
kind of the
wall,
felt on
right.
the walls to dampen the sound and
Oh
stuff
yeah,
too.
yeah. And there's lots of things you can buy to do sound dampening on the walls too. But
Interesting.
Look,
So do you recommend throwing flooring up the side of tubs nowadays? Do you like that option or is
if it's style, maybe. I don't know. It depends on my mood.
well, what we're
Depends on how
seeing
groovy I'm
sometimes
feeling
is
that day.
That's right.
like these old like 80s 90s homes they had carpet in the
Yeah.
bathroom before and then they roped it up the
Oh, I've
tub,
seen-
you know,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
a step
No,
of
I know, yeah.
wasted space that is leading to a tub and all around it. And so some people will like replace the carpet in the bathroom but leave the carpet up the tub, and it's kind of a bad look.
We
So
haven't talked about bathroom carpets in a while.
yeah.
We're overdue.
Thankfully,
Nobody likes that kind of science project.
I like.
Tell you,
I don't.
every house built in the
Yeah.
90s in Highlands Ranch had carpeting in the bathroom.
I do appreciate
you
the
long to find
carpets
one.
like in the bedrooms, especially where it's like the design or like the textured, however you want to call that, where it's not like long fiber,
Right.
More like
Instead
shorter
of a
fiber.
shag. Yeah, it's more of a closed loop now, and a lot of patterns that we're
Yeah.
seeing, including herringbone.
Get a nice
and other
thick
patterns.
pad, a good textured carpet,
Yeah.
kind of a low fiber, and that looks good. I don't know. For me, like being in real estate, you realize how often people are wearing their shoes inside on the carpet, and how you want to see some gross. Get your carpets cleaned, and then look at the water that comes out of that carpet cleaner. It's terrible.
But carpet is still a thing, but some people are liking more of the pattern look or like kind of a little more of a high end look on carpets or
Yeah, going away from the what we would call shag.
longer tweeds, stuff like that. Yeah.
More into closed loop. Not I don't know Berber, but closed loop for sure, and some patterns and
Yeah.
tone on tone kind of patterns, and additionally, warmer colors are coming in. So when we're getting into, I'm going to back up a little bit into the flooring. We're going away from grays, the hard industrial
heavens.
modern appearance. You know the look. That's kind of fading out a little bit.
I never liked the Soviet look. I was
We have how many
2016,
things?
17, 18. Oh,
How many
gray was
variations
it.
of Landon Gray do we have? Right?
yeah, seriously.
That was the thing.
I was
Like,
so
It was the
happy.
thing.
16 to like 21 basically, and then we got through the pandemic and everyone's like tans look good. Yeah.
Well, they started to hit like the best of both worlds, where it was like, okay, we went from like the 2000s era where it was like earth tones, and your mom had like the roosters on top of and like the porcelain.
Your
stuff.
mom had roosters on top of the porcelain stuff.
yeah, and like
Yeah, my mom did have
all that
roosters,
kind of
that's true.
stuff.
Yeah.
And then we went to like grays and like cold whites and stuff, and now it's like grayish or like kind of like the beige or
Yeah.
I was
It's
just
like the
I
best of both worlds. I'm like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. Like
was just
alabaster
back
type colors.
with family in Vermont, and in Vermont, classic old wood floors, like Hamilton blue, like
I bet East
That's true.
Coast.
Sometimes
Yeah,
I miss
a little different styles.
The
there.
Hamptons type.
Sure.
They're just more
styles.
stylistic.
no, much more like rustic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I feel like with like
The old
clothes
colonial
trends,
color.
starts
Yeah.
in Europe and then it gets to the East Coast and then it finally trickles over here and then California just does whatever they want. And then,
I love the trend colors right now. Like I think they're
I do too.
perfect.
It's beautiful.
You
Homes
got
are
some
beautiful right now.
like blonde flooring right now. Like I just
Yeah.
like
Says
that
a man
hookery.
with a pink house.
Hey,
Hey, good guys.
He
working.
loves his
look,
daughter.
here's the thing. I bought it. They painted it brand new. I'm like,
Hallie
and they used
suckered
really
you.
good exterior paint. I'm like, I
Please
can't do
refer
it
to
now.
Podcast
Sucker.
87. We're
Sucker.
gonna-
Sucker.
So now, hey, listen. I know I've got a lot of projects on my house. That's why I'm asking good questions and giving my
Hallie
input.
owns you. Hallie owns you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hallie,
you're,
Hallie ruined it for everyone.
Sorry, I took you off your game.
how many?
no, you're good. You're
So
good.
another fun question: how many decades? Because like '90s are back right now. Like styles, my kids are all wearing the same like stuff I wore growing up. How many decades is it going to take for us to have blue shag carpet again?
Green even.
I think you mean orange shank.
Do you think the '70s and
Burnt
'60s
brick.
will that ever come
Yeah.
back?
They tried. The 70s tried to come back. I mean, my daughter tried to go full hippie and it tried, but it didn't. It's not working with the carpets. I mean, just too many stories
happening.
about the carpets in the bathroom. And maybe if you got a 1973 Chevy van, go ahead, carpet that thing.
Put it
Yeah,
on the
baby.
ceiling
All
of
the
your
way
Chevy
around.
Well,
van.
we got
You know-
retro Volkswagen vans coming back now. I mean,
love
it's
them.
You know what's funny is I just went under contract on a listing of mine in Littleton, and the house was
Newland.
Larigo.
Okay.
So Larigo, they bought it. It was one owner, and it was one of those '60s brick style homes. But they just took like meticulous care of this home. So all we did was repaint it and put in some newer carpet. Everything else was original, like old, like 1980s Gen Era appliances.
Ooh, vintage. What color? Almond?
Stainless.
Olive
What?
green.
Crazy, right?
80s stainless?
But it was like, it looked like tin almost. Like it was like, it wasn't like the stainless, like nice brushed
tin man.
stainless. It was like, I had some hammer finish to one side of it. But then you had,
It's got a few holes.
you have like honey, like the honey oak and all this kind of stuff. And the feedback I got from it was like, we love this house. The feeling of it is like throwing back to like what we grew up in. I'm like,
that's
I had
funny.
3 agents tell me that.
That's interesting.
I'm like, this is nuts. There's like a movement of millennial that
think-
are like, I want to go back home. Like, I
So,
want to go back home so bad.
Here's the thing. Shout out to our buyers on Newland because I walked through the house with
Yes,
them.
this one too.
They walked through the house and it was, again, early 70s construction. Like the kitchen was pretty original except for granite
Like the
counters
box
that they
kitchen
put.
where the like cabinets hang down. You have to like look through the bar. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like they walked through and they're like, we're not changing a thing. Like we love this. It's like retro. It's
Mine's
so
just a
cool.
home.
Like we hate the stuff that's all just like, looks like everybody else's. Like we like that this vintage like 70s look is cool. And that's the first time I had heard. Like I was like, wow, okay, sweet.
Okay.
Like that's awesome.
So
But I
Harvest
wonder
Gold
if
and Avocado
well,
Green, they're coming
I
back.
we might be hearing more and more.
I saw the
Colored cabinets are back.
I saw the
Yeah.
best video, and it spoke to me a ton. I was just scrolling through social media because I do that. Like you do that as a real estate agent, you look and you see all these trends that are going through,
Yeah.
and then this video pops up where it's like, if you start to feel like your house is outdated, get off social media. If you feel like your yard looks like crap, get off social media. It's just so funny. It's like all these things that are just being pushed our way of like, hey, you should get this paint color, or you should get this flooring or whatever. It's like, I don't know. But obviously, there are cases where you definitely need an upgrade because it's just worn out. It's not looking good and whatever. But it's funny how trends work.
Yeah.
Especially with social media right now.
I haven't looked at yards on social media, but my yard looks like crap because my kids mow it.
Dude, I
That's-
follow guys that are like golf course greenskeepers in their yard. I'm like, that looks pretty
I'm
awesome.
gonna have to take over.
Yeah.
My employees are not doing the job.
Anyway, side rant, but
Yeah.
it's good stuff for flooring, especially.
Well, that's interesting. Well, we talked about a lot of this. Obviously, like you're going to see more hardwoods, classic hardwoods in Cherry Creek, Wash Park. Some of these older, like turn of the century homes, just
Yeah.
hardwood looks so good. And some of them have the original hardwoods still that have been refinished 14 times, right? And they're still there.
I just looked at a house, South Pearl Street,
Okay.
and the curious thing about this one, original hardwood, soft hardwood, probably Doug fir.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Don't see much of that.
You don't.
Does it show in how it's weared over the years?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Worn over there?
Extremely sandable.
It's very sandable. Careful. Sandable.
Yeah.
The homeowner has decided to go LVP because it's a rental.
Yeah.
And the question was, do I refinish this? And the answer is
Lay it on
no.
top.
Put something on top of that.
Yeah.
That stuff is soft. If you're allowing pets and things inside the house, and renters, like even good renters, there's they're not the homeowners. So in that case,
Yeah.
with these beautiful,
You could always go
original
back
hardwood
to it
floors.
later, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's a good segue to the question you wrote here.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Like, would a $1 million buyer expect LVP or hardwood in a house? Like $2 million buyer.
hardwood.
Hardwood. Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah,
I agree with
if
that.
not hardwood, if you're going outside of hardwood, they might be okay with tile,
Yeah.
Because
an interesting tile.
I still think LVP has as great as it is, people look at it as like that's the budget option still.
Right.
So you have the $1 million buyers are like, no, I want hardwood.
Yeah.
And I've seen engineered woods in homes like that too. But like, I think there's a difference now. $1 million house, it's acceptable to have LVP still.
$1 million,
Nice looking
yes.
LVP or laminate
Given
is
what-
okay.
yeah, it goes
2
for
million,
$1
3
million.
million. It's we're
It's all
talking
relative.
hardwoods or high end tiles. Yeah, that's
In Denver, yeah, for sure. Because
Yeah.
$1 million is becoming the standard now.
that makes
right?
sense. We all love to dream.
It's almost a starter, I know.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So let's talk about classic mistakes that homeowners make as far as flooring goes. Okay. This is one of my favorites to point out whenever I walk in the home and there's a entry landing flooring, and then you walk down a couple steps and there's
Partridge family
pathway flooring that sometimes has some patterns in it, right? That someone got really creative on in the 90s with an upgrade. And then you walk to your right, there's carpet, and then you go into the kitchen and there's tile, and then you go into the laundry room and there's vinyl, and like old linoleum stuff, right? And it's like this is just such a hodgepodge of flooring that the home looks so much smaller. That's what happens, is it becomes small. And when you have one type of flooring throughout the whole main level, it looks awesome. And the home looks more spacious. It just runs together. Like that change alone is probably one of the most important changes that I coach people through when I'm walking through a home. That, and then sometimes paint can just be like such a huge change for a home. But like those two make such a huge difference. So if we're trying to keep budget, sometimes you can refinish a hardwood, and then get an LVP that might match as close as possible with the rest of it to try to maintain continuity. Or sometimes it's just wipe it out and go LVP the whole way. And that keeps the budget and keeps ROI intact. Because we're seeing with LVP, for as cheap as it is, kind of similar to the cost of carpet in some cases, we're seeing a $3 for every dollar that you spend in a lot of cases where you're spending, maybe $10,000 and making 30 on LVP projects because of how much impact it makes on pictures, on the house, the overall experience, the emotional appeal, everything. It's just a huge deal. So,
and there's a great variety of it too. Mm-hmm. You're not limited to what actual woods exist or what stains exist. Yeah. There's so much more variety.
Totally.
And the product, like we talked about, is so much better now than it used to be.
Yep, definitely. And then number 2.
Following short-term trends that kind of stop being trends, getting stuck in the
Like gray flooring.
Or cork flooring.
Cork flooring.
Remember the cork days?
No, my sister's got it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a few of those.
Cork flooring.
Well, it's hard to know, but we see that a lot. Like, too bad you did that.
Linoleum.
Yeah.
You guys are
I don't know if
all-
that was short-lived though. I feel like that was around for a
That's
while.
You
always
guys
been
are
the
making
budget.
all these 1970s jokes. You just don't know they're 70s jokes.
Yeah, you did.
Like you don't
Square
even know
tiles.
what a linoleum was. Like, that's
Square
what-
tiles. That was the 90s.
Actually, I did that once, so I'm paying for that.
Yeah. Stay away from squares.
I'm paying for
Mine were like, anyway, they're squares.
Yep. Any
So-
shape of squares. I would rather have star tiles than no, I wouldn't. No.
Wow. That's a bold statement.
Don't do stars.
So
that was-
this is interesting. The next one's probably more meaty. Installing low quality materials right before you sell. I mean, it tells me something. What does it mean to you guys?
It's like the
And we're not talking about LVP. We're talking
No,
about
I'm talking in general. Just
like really low. Yeah.
I feel like that's what you find in like your open doors.
Yeah.
Some of these like
stick-on type floors in laundry and
Yeah.
bathrooms. Like we see some of that, and it's like,
well, the way we look at it is, if you're going to spend money, spend it to make money.
yep.
So why spend a dime to make a quarter when you can spend $1 to make $3? Does that work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I read that. If you're going to do it to the benefit of the sales price. And
Yeah. Definitely. Yep. And then sometimes people will, because of their own personal preference, they replace flooring that actually doesn't need to be replaced, right? That's like really nice or really still in trend and they don't know it. And so consulting a professional so you know like what trends are and what's going to give you the best impact is a really good thing to do. And I have had a few people that are like, yeah, we're we don't like all this hardwood that's in here. So I think we're just going to tile everything.
hardwood. I think I should do LVP. Like, no.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, if you have hard, let's refinish it, and then let's just see what else we can match with. Because even oaks, like their standard oak that you saw all the time in the 90s with the 3-inch planks, that can look really good if it's refinished and stained blonde right now. you can, find that all over the place. It's an easy one to find, right? And duplicate. So that can be a great look, and you can just keep going with whatever you have, and that maybe half your house is already done like that. So you always have to evaluate the whole picture, right? And then coach them through it that way. So awesome. And then ignoring neighborhood expectations.
I think we talked a bit of this, like price point, like don't in a certain neighborhood put LVP and vice versa.
Yeah.
Don't spend $20 a square foot in a.
Yeah.
Continuity also, like within the neighborhood, can be helpful as well. Or like if you got a couple houses on the market in that neighborhood, like everyone else has got hardwoods. You don't want to be putting in like tile, like big old marble tile or whatever.
Totally.
Like
that's a good example. Like we see some stuff that's super contemporary in like a Highlands Ranch neighborhood that's more traditional, right? Suburb. So you see like white and black tiles that are like polished marble and stuff like that. But you're just like on the main floor, it's not warm, it's not inviting, it doesn't fit, and people just spend a fortune on it because that tile was probably $15 a square foot to install, right? So it's like you can spend a lot of money ignoring like the neighborhood trend of what is popular in your neighborhood and what most you want to go with what 80% of buyers are going to be expecting and wanting in your home. That's really the key. And I think it goes the opposite way. I can't put carpet in my wash park house and expect people to love it. It's got to be hardwood most likely, or something that's going to fit the neighborhood.
Yeah,
So,
right.
Yep.
neighborhood expectations are a real thing.
Yeah, big time. Yep. So, I think, best flooring choices, like if you're a prototype first-time home buyer, LVP is going to be a great way to go to keep the budget there and have amazing durability, especially if you're growing a family that is going to have some issues with waterproof, needs. And then, especially in continuing on with that, if you're a family with kids, with pets, the LVP is going to be great for that as well. Empty nesters a lot of times tend to like the hardwoods or engineered floors just because they don't have a lot of that traffic through their home. It's a little easier to maintain.
Your pen, you're used to writing those tuition checks and all this. And, I got to write for something.
Right? Yeah. May as well be hardwoods. And they actually pick up their ice that falls from the ice tray, in the fridge, unlike my 5-year-old. So premium appearance, that's what they're going for. And then investors. So investors are looking for durable, low maintenance flooring. LVP tends to be the trick for them. Sometimes laminates, if it's a little bit more higher end, like $1 million home, the laminates can fit a little bit better there, but still perform very well. And for builders, a lot of builders have gone to this because they don't have so many warranty complaints because, it's just way easier to maintain.
Yep.
So, and then it just creates, because of the price, you can keep that same flooring throughout and create more consistency and congruence throughout the property, which is nice. Sellers who are preparing to list that are focusing on the visible impact. Again, it's all about your price range in your neighborhood, but you got to be selective there. And then you don't want to overdo it too, right? You're putting Carlisle, $80,000 floors in a home in a normal neighborhood in Highlands Ranch that sells for $700,000. You are not going to get your money back, right? But you think about it, you put $15,000 worth of LVP, you might get double or triple your money back. So there's a return if you play it right, but one decision can cost you a lot of money if you don't do it right. I think we talked about what most people are wanting today and give it a pretty good rundown here. Any other thoughts before we close?
No, that was a good one. I think we covered most of it.
Sometimes I discount what we learn by being out in the field with this many clients and this many homes, et cetera. So this is a good chance to kind of verbalize what we learn specific to the flooring because it applies to other areas.
Yeah.
But we see a lot. We have a lot of opinions and the trends happen. And sometimes we're not always aware that we're witnessing it, but we should stop and make note more often.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. I would just say I still think people dislike oak because of how much it was built and how much builders overused it for like 4 decades in a row. Because it's a hard wood that doesn't scratch and scrape as much. It's pretty solid surface wood, but man, people just don't, unless it's stained appropriately. They don't love it. So stay away from honey oak, golden oak. I wouldn't be putting that in my house unless you're staining it a lighter color or kind of a mid-tone or something like that. But the mid-tones are really in right now. I mean, that's what I'm seeing from a trend standpoint, that the really dark floors, people have gotten away from because it shows everything.
Everything.
All the dust.
That's what's on my floor.
Yeah.
Sunset, it's just starting to come in through the windows. I'm like, oh, look at all the fur from my dog right there in the corner.
Makes it tough.
It's a little air eddy right there.
Yeah. Makes it really tough. So that one's one to avoid. And how flooring's shifted since 2020. I mean, we've had, I would say the first time I walked through a new construction community and saw LVP, and I asked the builder, like, that's LVP in this price range? And they're like, oh yeah, people love it. Like it's become more and more acceptable up to that probably 1.25 million range and down. I feel like that's kind of the cutoff now, and where you can get away with it, and it looks great, it performs well, and it's wonderful. So I think that's been the biggest change that I've seen since 2020. And then just the color of stains that we've seen change so much, and the tones, the grays are out, the tans are in, that sort of thing. And then I think we'll wrap at that point. But yeah, I appreciate you joining us today, and Keith, thanks so much for coming, being our guest.
Thanks
today.
for having me. Yeah, I appreciate it, guys.
You're a natural. You look like you've done this a million times, so we appreciate you being on. And so if anybody has any flooring needs that you're looking to get done in your home to improve your value, we'd love to have you give us a call. We'll coach you through styles and that sort of thing, and then we'd turn you over to Keith so that he can show you, the best products that he has available that can help you and help you double or triple your money on your home, so that you can make some money out of a fun improvement that you can enjoy and live in for a little while. So whether you're selling or not, I would definitely reach out, and we'd be happy to have that conversation with you if you're watching this on YouTube or on podcast. So our contact information is below. If we can help you in any way with your flooring project, or just to get to know Denver and talk about neighborhoods or anything like that, we'd love to chat about that as well. So thanks for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one.